Heartless, Forbidden, Book 1. Written by Suzana Thompson. Narrated by Paulina Schubert. Chapter 30. We ate dinner in the spacious kitchen, which made it convenient for Lauren to serve the meal she had made. I didn't expect to be able to eat much despite skipping lunch, but the food was so delicious that I ate everything off my plate, including the vegetables. Cade helped himself to seconds. "The days when I could eat like that," Robert said wistfully. "Enjoy not counting calories while you can." "I burn off a lot in practice," Cade explained. "Plus I do my own workouts too." "I'll have to start working out too," Mom said. "I'm used to being on my feet all day, but I can see how easy it is to get lazy." I called Lexi on the phone instead of walking upstairs to tell her dinner was ready. "We have a workout room in the basement," Cade volunteered. "You do?" I questioned in surprise. I hadn't even known that they had a basement. "Or you can join my gym if you prefer," Robert suggested. "They have excellent amenities and personal trainers." The thought of my mom having a personal trainer made me realize that she was now a woman with money. She could actually afford to hire a personal trainer, which was a luxury I associated with wealthy women. Until now, I had only thought of Robert as a rich man, but now it really hit me that my mom had become a rich woman. "Lexi, you can join the gym as well if you want to," Robert offered. Thanks," I replied, still distracted by my new awareness of my mom's change in financial circumstances. "Or you can use our workout room," Kate told me. "I'll show it to you after dinner." "Lexi has decided to transfer to Eastland Academy," Mom told Robert with so much excitement that I wondered how she had even waited this long to tell him the news. He shared her enthusiasm. "That's wonderful, Lexi. You've made the right choice for your future. Their graduates attend some of the best colleges in the country." That was true of any high school graduating class, but I didn't argue the point. My decision had nothing to do with my education, but I wasn't about to tell Robert that. "What about my education?" Cade demanded. "Do I get to choose my future?" Robert gave him an appraising look. "I think you've earned it. Would you like to transfer to Eastland as well?" "Hell no," Cade replied. "Their basketball team sucks." Robert laughed. "That's because they don't have you." Cade grinned in response, and my own mood lifted. Things at school had been awful today, but they were going very well at home. We were all getting along great. Cade seemed to have accepted my mom, and adapting to living here had been surprisingly easy. It had turned out to be much better than I had anticipated when I first found out that I was going to be living with Cade. "Well then, is there another school you would like to transfer to?" Robert inquired. "No," Cade answered. Robert regarded him with a mixture of amusement and exasperation. "Then why bring it up?" "I just wanted to know that I could if I wanted to," Cade replied. Robert responded with a laugh, but my mind snagged on that flippant answer. "You done, Lexi?" Cade asked me, even though I had finished eating before him. "I can show you the workout room now." "Okay," I said in a subdued tone and went with him. The staircase to the basement was located at the end of the hallway outside the kitchen. There was a door that opened onto a landing, and the stairs also went up to the upper floor. We went down and emerged into a cavernous room. It looked nothing like any basement I had ever seen. With its beautiful coffered wood ceiling, large bars set in front of a curved brick and glass wall behind which could be seen bottles of liquor, and a separate seating area containing easy chairs facing a fireplace, it looked like an upscale private club. There was also a pool table down here. "This is Dad's place," Cade remarked. "My friends aren't allowed down here. Not that I invite them to my house," he added. "Your friends were here this weekend," I reminded him. "That was the first time I invited them over," he told me. "My old friends used to come over a lot, but my public school friends haven't ever been here before." "Really?" I asked in astonishment. "Why not?" "I don't go to their houses, and they don't come to mine. I didn't want to emphasize the differences between where we live," he explained. "It would seem like I'm showing off." "But you love showing off," I exclaimed. He laughed at my tactless response. "Only to certain people. People who already have an attitude toward me," he added. "Like you." "I don't have an attitude toward you," I denied. "You did," he said. "You acted like you couldn't stand me when you didn't even know me." "You didn't give me a good first impression," I retorted. You asked Skylar out, but then you were trying to hook up with me too. I really wanted to ask you out instead, but I knew that you would turn me down, he admitted. I thought that you might hook up with me in secret, though. That way you could still pretend to hate me in public. Why would I do that? I questioned. Why would I want to act one way in public and another in private? Either I like you or I don't. Some girls like to play games, he replied. I know now that you don't. What if I had hooked up with you? I asked curiously. Would you still have gone out with Skylar? No, he answered. I regarded him doubtfully. I'm telling you the truth, he insisted. I wouldn't want to deal with that kind of drama. Look at how she's blowing everything out of proportion when I never even went out with her. I can't imagine what she would be like if I actually dated her. But why did you ask her out? I questioned. And why did you want to ask me out? Why would you ask her out if you wanted to ask me out instead? And why would you if you saw I didn't like you? That's a lot of questions, he remarked with an amused expression. Okay, why did I ask her out? Because I saw that you didn't want me to. I did it to get a reaction out of you. And why did I want to ask you out? He continued before I could respond in outrage. Because you weren't trying to get with me. So many girls at that school want to go out with me because of who my dad is. You didn't give a shit about any of that. But I was always like that, I said. You never tried to hook up with me before Skylar talked to you. I never paid much attention to you before, he told me. Not until I saw how much you hated me even though I never did anything to you. Why did you hate me anyway? I thought you would hurt Skylar, I replied. But I'm the one who did that. Honestly, that's why I'm changing schools. So I won't have to feel guilty about being with you. I still don't think that you have anything to feel guilty about, he said. But anything that makes it easier for you to be with me is a good thing. His gaze conveyed anticipation as he moved closer to me, but I sidestepped him. So you like me because I didn't like you? I queried. I was interested in you because you didn't like me, he clarified. I like you because you're real and honest. You don't lie to people to get what you want. Do you? I asked bluntly. I'm honest, he said. Sometimes too honest, I guess. People's feelings get hurt, but I tell it like it is. So tell me what this is, I urged. What am I to you? You're my girlfriend, he answered. I thought we already talked about this. Your girlfriend, I repeated. Does that mean that it's more than just sex? Yes, Lexi, he assured me. I could have gotten that from Taylor if that's all I wanted, but I like you. I like being with you, and I can talk to you. I've never talked to anyone else about my sister. That topic was more serious than what kind of relationship we had, and a bit of melancholy set in. Cade forced some cheer into his voice. Let me show you the workout room. I followed him into another sizable room, but it had a completely different atmosphere than the tasteful and warm ambiance of the bar area. The workout room looked most like an actual basement with its stark white walls, but it was brightly lit and spacious enough that all the exercise equipment didn't look crammed together. I saw a treadmill, an elliptical machine, an exercise bike, and various weight training machines along with a row of dumbbells against one wall. Wow, I commented. This is like your own private gym. It is, he agreed. We can hang a TV on the wall if you want. I just listen to music when I'm down here, but you can watch TV if you like. Or you can join the gym if you want a personal trainer. Or I can be your personal trainer, he offered with a naughty smile. I'll make sure you have a good workout. I'll give you a good workout, I flirted back. I'm counting on it, he said, and stepped close with his gaze locked on me. Cade, I said hesitantly, remember when you promised me that we could go slow? His gaze softened in response to my question. It's okay. We can go as slow as you want. His response brought a happy smile to my face, and he smiled back at me. I want to take you on a date, he declared. That reminds me, he pulled out his phone. Cancel your date with Brandon. You're going out with me. I gladly complied and called Morgan to get Brandon's number. Once I actually started speaking to him, I felt a little bad about disappointing him, but I didn't hesitate to cancel the date. I kind of expected it after Taylor told me that Cade turned her down, he replied. And he was acting all possessive over you at the party. You guys are together, huh? Yeah, I answered. although I wasn't sure about telling people in the neighborhood. I'm sorry. So am I, he added. I think you're making a mistake, but whatever. I'm sorry, I repeated, not knowing what else to say, and wanting to end the conversation. Bye. Yeah, bye, he responded. I immediately hung up in relief and handed the phone back to Cade. I don't know if I should have told him that we're together, I said anxiously. He needed to know so that he'll back off, Cade stressed in a hard tone. But he knows your dad. What if he tells him? I worried. He won't, Cade said confidently. We don't snitch on each other. But you're not friends anymore, I reminded him. What if he tells on you for revenge for getting me to go out with you instead of him? He won't, Cade assured me. He'll fight me if he has a problem with me, but he won't go to my dad. That's not how we do things. That didn't sound much better. Don't fight, I pleaded. I won't, he promised, not unless he starts something first. I didn't think he would, since he hadn't seemed that upset about me calling off our date. I dropped the subject of Brandon and focused on Cade. So where are we going for our date? I haven't decided yet, he admitted. Where do you want to go? I don't know, I said. Wherever you want to go. He smiled wryly. Okay, I'll think of something. Don't make it too fancy, I requested suddenly. He gave me a bewildered look. Okay, he responded, drawing out the word in bafflement. You don't feel like dressing up? I was remembering the night I had lost my virginity to Lucas. He had gone all out for our date, arriving at my door with a bouquet of red roses, taking me to an expensive restaurant in a limo, dressing up in a suit. We had shared a decadent piece of chocolate cake for dessert, and we had kissed passionately in the back of the limo on the way home. When we arrived, I saw that we were at his house, but I didn't say anything while he was tipping the driver. The limo was already pulling away when I voiced my concern. Lucas said that he had a surprise for me, and led me into the house where we followed a trail of rose petals to his bedroom. It was filled with pink balloons floating against the ceiling, and I exclaimed in delight. Lexi, he said hesitantly, I think What? I prompted him. He looked down at the ground in seeming shyness. I just really like you. I like you too, I told him. So much. Then I worried about scaring him away by admitting my growing feelings for him. This is amazing. I can't believe you did all this for me. You're worth it, he told me as he looked at me and gazed into my eyes. It was like being in a romantic dream, and everything seemed perfect when he kissed me. Being with him felt so right that I didn't hesitate to give myself to him that night. His parents weren't home, so no one was there to ruin the illusion of perfection. Even afterwards, he played the perfect boyfriend as he took me home in a cab and cuddled with me in the back seat. When he walked me to my door, I almost told him that I loved him. Thankfully, I didn't, so I was spared that humiliation at least. I pushed the memory away as I answered Cade. No dressing up, no flowers, nothing fancy. Let's just go out and have fun. He smiled at me in amusement. You're sure not like other girls. Okay, he agreed with enthusiasm. We'll have fun. I hoped that we would, but I would certainly be more cautious in this relationship than I had been in my first one. I wasn't going to be fooled again.